Hello and welcome back to another video here today. Today this is TravisPlays and I bring to you a new video on coding. We are going to be making a Python Tkinter login screen, as you can see from the title here. And what this login screen will effectively do is that if you're making a project, for example, a game, but you only want people who have a username and password to play this game, then this will be a really good piece of code for you to watch. So let's get into it. But before that, I'll show you what it looks like and then I'll show you how to code it. So this will be an add-on to the previous code I did on the Python login screen, where we did the login, but it's using only the terminal itself, not actually having anything pop up. So let's show you what this looks like and then let's get to coding. So this is what it looks like. I am on an Ubuntu machine at the moment, so it will look different for me for the top bar and stuff like that. But if you're using Windows, or I believe a Mac will do the same, it'll display the logo, the title and the control actions, and the rest of this is in the fonts that they use. So let's just go enter in our username. We're just going to add an extra on because our username for this is username. We can see it shows us that our username is incorrect. Now it can show us our password is incorrect because we don't actually have one. Cool feature is that it will actually hide, using the code we're doing, it will hide what you're typing into the password. You can click confirm. Or if I get the password correct, then there you go. And it will display success, showing us that we've actually gotten into a system, and then you can put in the relative variables you need there to then allow access to the rest of the game. So let's show you how to code this. So first all we want to do is we want to import Tkinter. So let's do that now. But we are going to do this as a from Tkinter import star, meaning that from the Tkinter module folder we're going to import everything. Next, what we want to do is we want to define our root or our window. So root equals tkinter.tk, making sure it's a capital T, and we can do next. So first what we want to do is we want to import Tkinter, and next you want to make our root window. So to do this, we'll just do the variable name for it, and we'll do tkinter.tk, and then we want to give it a title, so we want to do root.title. Then your title is you want to put it. Next, I'm going to put a separator This is just something I like to do because of the fact that it just looks better. We're going to put in our usernames and our passwords. Both of these are going to be lists, so we're going to use square brackets, and we're going to put in your starter username and password. If you have multiple, put a comma and put the next username or password. Just keeping in mind that this will then mean it only needs one of the usernames and one of the passwords, so it'd then be like a mix and match situation. I could have user and user 1, and a password, so I can have 1, 2, 3, and ABC, and I'll be able to use the 1, 2, 3 passwords of user 1 and the ABC password of user 1, and the same for just user. So just keep in mind that will happen. Let me just get rid of the extra ones. There we go. And next we're just going to add in another separator. And then we're going to do we're going to enter in our starter stuff. So that is going to be login window. Then we're going to do label, then username, which is tkinter.label. We want the root directory, then what the text is, and that's how you make the username label. I'm going to make entry now. Tkinter.entry. Just root in this one though. And now I'm going to go do the other two login window for the password. Now we've done this, we can go ahead and put in one final thing into this section, which is the button. So login window button, and then we're going to type in confirm, as this is going to be the button to confirm that we want to submit the username and password. Tkinter.button. We want to have root and text equals confirm. There you go. So now we're going to add in another separator. And after a separator, we're going to grid these login windows widgets. So the first ones we're going to do are going to be label. So we're going to label and then the entry for the username, and then we're going to do the password. Then I'll show you how to do confirm if you want. Well, then we'll do confirm afterwards. Make sure. So now we are going, after we've added in another separator, we are now going to import after we've added another separator, we are now going to grid the widgets onto the window, because at the moment, first of all we need to put a main loop, Tkinter dot main loop. There you go, and this will mean, so when we run it, we can see the window. So now, I'm just going to do another separator here now, just because we like to keep stuff away from each other. And in here, we are going to put in we are going to grid into the window our widgets. I'll just go through login window labels and entries for the username, and then you can do the rest. Want login window label first. We want the first column to be 0 and row to be 0. Login window entry for username. And the column is 1 this time. And now you're going to go off and do the rest on your own. The row changes, so for the label it is column 0, and the button is also column 0. For the entry it's column 1, and for a row it goes up for each category. So you'll have the first dot's the username, which is row 0, the next dot which is the password, which is row 1, and finally the button, which is row 3 and column 0. So now we've gridded all of the widgets. We can now go ahead and set up the command for the button. So at the moment our code looks like this. So you have the username and password and a confirm button. When you click confirm, it does nothing because we haven't given it command. So you have to enter in a command here, but before we can enter in a command, we have to actually make it. So you're going to add in another separator. We put 2 blank lines and another one, but we're going to define here confirm credentials, and inside this we are going to put the username. The username is login window entry username dot get. The same for password. Password is login window entry password dot get. And then we need up here, we need to put login window pass rate and set it to 0. This is going to come in useful this will be useful later when we have made our code, and you will see that some of them overlap because it then checks first of all for the username. Once that is correct, it'll then check for the password, and then once that's correct, it'll check if they're both correct again, just as a backup, before then letting us in. So what we will need to do is we need to put down here if username in usernames. And then what we need to do here is we want to do login window passrate plus equals 1, which saves you having to do login window passrate equals login window passrate plus 1. So I mean, we could probably just set it to 1, but that's not really good, because then if somehow we go on to password 1 and we've done a glitch, like we've misdone the code there, then once you've gone on to a password, it would have just set it automatically to 2, so you'd have only needed the correct password, which is not what we want for this one. We just want the username and password to be both correct. So we'll do this, then we'll want else, and here we're going to set up login window outcome, which is the tkinter.label attached it to root, and text is failure, incorrect, username, because it's gone to the username section and it's saying, well, we have our username, but it's not in our list of authorized usernames, so we're going to have to fail it, which is what this does here. So after this, we're going to put login window outcome dot grid. We're going to put this beside our button, so we're going to put column equals 1, row equals 2. So now if we fail at our username entry, or if we fail our username, then this will display and tell us, hold up, your username's wrong. So next what we're going to do is we're going to put an if command, and we're going to then put login window passrate equals 1. You want to put another if inside this. If password in passwords, we want to do login window passrate plus equals 1, and you want to put the else. I'm going to copy all this. I'm just going to paste it in here. I'm going to change username to password. So it'll just overwrite the previous grid. So after this, we'd have changed it all, so you then want to get another if. We're going to put login window passrate is the same as 2, and if it is, we then want to paste this in again. We then want to type in success. And so now this will display that, oh hey, we've got in, but this for some reason then displays the previous errors if you did have any. So you put 7 equal marks on each side. There we go. And now we can see that we have our success message ready. If we haven't got this, we're just going to pass. So you don't really want it to display, because we'd have done all this, and if not, it would have come up with the error there. So you don't really need it to display anything else there. But now we've made the confirm credentials, we need to go into button, we need to put another comma and command. And the command we need to type in is confirm credentials, but you don't want the brackets at the end, because once you do this, it'll try and call it when it defines this variable slash widget, and we don't want it to call it, we just want it to know when the button's pressed we want to do this command. So now we've done this, we are going to test out our -Tkinter login screen. I'm going to put user, and we're typing our password. So as you can see, it's successful. Let's type in pass and show that it can see the incorrect password, and user, it can show its incorrect username. And so we know it's able to determine these now. So that's all good, but the issue is our password wasn't showing anything else. It's just saying, like, it's showing password and not showing those asterisks, which we did on an example. So we're going to go to show equals, and we're going to type in within a string what we want it to display. So I put an asterisk because that's what you generally see on a website, but you can use anything else. You can use a dot, you can use a slash. If you're doing a slash, I suggest you do double one, because then we'll cancel out that slash to just display slash, because what // does on Python is it cancels out something. So say for example I was doing I like, and I was wanting to do like quotation marks, and yeah, I like those finger ones that people do, so I put a slash between each of these so it'd still stay within the string and it wouldn't cancel out the string. But we aren't going to do this, we're just going to show our basic asterisk. I hope I'm saying that correctly, otherwise that's going to be embarrassing. So now we've got it to be successful, I'm just going to put in here, in a commented out thing, input any code to, so I'm just going to type in and I'm going to read it out afterwards. So commented out, I've put here, input any links to code here. This is if you've got a game down below, you'd want to define it, and then you'd be able to put it in here. And say, well, we can now give you access to this game because, you know, you've passed your username and password, char. I'm just going to get rid of that as this is just simply a login. So you're just going to have it then print. Oh no, we've already got the stuff there. So that is how you make a Tkinter login screen on Python. If you liked this video, please leave a like and comment down below. And also please subscribe, that'll be very helpful. I'm nearing 15 subscribers, and it'd be highly appreciated if you'd be able to join my group of other people who watch my videos. So please do that, and if you'd like to see any more videos like this, tell me down below in the comments, as I do like making these videos. I like making the things beforehand, and I like doing this. If you want a pre-made version of this to download, then please, there's a download link in the comments which will take you to my GitHub page, which will then link you to the files. But what I'm saying is that do not try and say this is your own work, because unless you've actually coded it yourself, it's not your work. So I may input something on the code from the website with saying made by me or whatever at the top, just so people can't actually take away my code and make it their own. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good evening. Goodbye.